OCD doesn't let you feel calm. You keep thinking for hours, even then you feel doubtful. Sometimes you confuse thoughts with your identity. You start doubting yourself. Am I thinking this way? Am I a bad person? Or this is just OCD thoughts? It feels like that you are failed to differentiate between your thoughts and OCD thoughts, and you spend hours to resolve something mentally. You feel exhausted, but unable to form any conclusion. And this doubt cycle keep going on, and you feel exhausted. You feel more miserable, more painful. Hello, my dear ones. I'm Dr. Kashika Jain. I'm a clinical psychologist. In this video, I'll be talking about silent struggle of OCD sufferers. So, before I begin, I want you to download my mobile app. Just type my name, Dr. Kashika Jain. You will find my mobile app. Download it and do the breath work and meditation daily to reset your nervous system faster. Now, let's understand what are the struggles of OCD sufferers. So, the first struggle is they keep fighting with the thoughts for hours but unable to form any conclusion. If they solve one thought, then mind presents lots of other similar thoughts. And OCD sufferer solves those thoughts also, but mind never stops. It keeps giving you thoughts again and again, again and again. And you feel so tired, mentally exhausted. You waste your time, you waste your energy, but you feel unable to form any conclusion. And the more you try to solve or suppress your thoughts or just try to neutralize them, more thoughts you have. So it like a never-ending cycle. Eventually you feel tired, exhausted, and then in a moment you decide now not to engage with your thoughts. So for few minutes or hours, you feel now you are out from that OCD loop, but again that cycle starts. So it is a very time wasting disorder. It never settles. So you need to stop answering to your thoughts. Don't argue with your mind. Do not neutralize. Do not change your thoughts. Do not suppress your thoughts, because the more you do it, your brain receives the signal that these thoughts are so important. You are constantly engaging with these thoughts. So better you stop engaging with your mind and just allow your thoughts to pass, because these are just unwanted automatic thoughts. You are not thinking this way. You don't want to have these thoughts, but it is beyond your control. So you cannot control your mind that these type of specific thoughts should come, because that's practically not possible. So the second struggle is you look normal from outside but suffers deeply from inside. Sometimes people confuse that, oh, this person is looking absolutely normal, but you know your own struggle. So inside you, a constant battle is going on. And sometimes you're compromising your values, you're compromising your health, relationship, you're not going out because a constant fear tortures you. And just you look normal, and it feels very difficult to explain others that I am looking normal from outside, but actually I am suffering deeply from inside. So sometimes you face this kind of problem that people fail to understand your struggle, because from the outside you are absolutely looking normal. And even if you try to explain your point, and sometimes this kind of rejection or this type of direct suggestion, advices comes from your near and dear ones that, okay, just don't think about them. What is the big deal in this? And we also have these kind of thoughts, and these kind of responses from your loved ones makes you more feel painful, miserable. But OCD doesn't stop this way. So OCD needs proper treatment. Now, the third struggle is you keep checking again and again, but still you feel doubtful. So the more you check, more your mind force you to check again. So you need to understand, you need to stop giving reassurance to self. You need to trust your senses. Uh, you need to basically leave the whatever you are doing, the activity unfinished. You need to set a rule that, okay, I'm going to do this activity just once because I'm going to follow the rule, not the satisfaction scale, because OCD never satisfies. It again and again forces you to take action again and again, again and again. And the more you check, the more OCD cycle strengthens. So you need to understand, first you need to stop checking. And initially it feels so torturing. It feels like that you're feeling so anxious, unable to bear these uncomfortable feelings. But my dear, you have to go through this process, because once you learn not to check, and once you give this experience to your body and brain that bear the anxiety, I'm not going to reassure myself by doing it again or by checking something. And it's okay if some harm will happen, I'm prepared to face that harm, and I have those skills and I have those support system. Through that support system or my skills, I will handle the situation, but only when the situation will come. So this way you can retrain your brain to feel normal with the uncertainty. So gradually you will develop trust on your senses, and you will start trusting your memories as well. Now the fourth is, you feel tired from constant thinking, but you feel unable to stop it. Yes, because the constant thought process, you are in that loop, it feels so tiring. And especially, no one can see our thoughts because they are just moving privately inside our mind. And sometimes other people misbehaves, that what you are doing, why you are sitting idle, why don't you go and work something, that kind of behavior we don't expect from the people, but they usually do it because they don't know that we are into that thinking loop. And once someone disturbs us, so again that loop starts from the beginning. So this makes you feel more exhausted, and the constant thinking, and you feel unable to come out from that loop. It's a signal that you need to work upon your gut brain axis as well, because when your gut is upset, it doesn't produce all those chemicals like serotonin, and your brain feels foggy and you have more intrusive thoughts. It feels like that all the distorted signals from your gut to brain are transmitting. So you just need to understand this. This is about your life. You are so important. You need to work on yourself holistically, because you cannot stop your thoughts, but you can help your body to be more healthy so that it produces all those happy hormones, all those chemicals. And once the body chemistry is reset, so it automatically controls the excessive thinking process. So your brain gets less signals, and those signals are not that much distorted signals. So this way you can help yourself to have less thoughts. Now the next one is, you feel guilt from the unwanted thoughts. So you need to know that those thoughts are not yours. And back in mind, you already know that those thoughts are not yours. But even then, sometimes you feel that, okay, I'm having those thoughts and these thoughts are coming in my mind. So I should feel guilty about it. So this is a thought identity fusion. In OCD, this fusion gives you pain. So you need to diffuse yourself from these thoughts. You are not your thoughts. Thoughts are just mental events. You are just simply having those thoughts. So don't confuse your identity with the thoughts, and stop feeling guilty about them. No matter how shameful or how hurtful thoughts you are having, but you are just having. You are not thinking that way because you are a good person. You don't want to have these kind of thoughts. That's why you are feeling pain, and you are expecting that only good thoughts should come. But my dear, you need to understand that thoughts are thoughts. Don't categorize them as good or bad. When you start considering your thoughts as just thoughts, so they lose their power. So consider your thoughts as just the passing clouds in the sky. So no matter clouds are dark black, gray, blue, or pure white. So sky remains still and sky allows them to pass. So likewise, you need to separate yourself from the thoughts to stop feeling that guilt. Now the next struggle is you're hiding compulsions from others, because sometimes you feel disrespected or you are very image conscious. So you hide your compulsions from others. You wait for long hours to perform your compulsions. And when you sense that somebody is looking at you, you stop in the between and you bear that anxiety. And after some time, you resume your compulsions and you spend more time in doing that. So this makes your OCD cycle more worse. You need to understand that compulsions are the only factor that keeps this cycle going on. You need to stop doing compulsions. Initially, it feels so painful. It feels like that you are a robot and your mind is your master, and your mind is forcing you to perform something in a very certain way as mind wants. And once you perform the same thing in the same way, then only mind will deliver the done message. But you need to understand that you are not slave of your mind. You are the master of the mind. You need to reclaim your power. You need to reclaim your title. So initially it feels so painful. Anxiety feels unbearable. It feels like that, oh my God, I may die, because those are really very uncomfortable feelings. But you're not going to die. You need to understand, you need to bear that anxiety. Then only habituation process will happen. It is a process where your brain learns to diminish the anxiety by itself without performing any compulsion, and your brain receives a message that this situation is not dangerous. So you need to be very rigid in not performing compulsions. And as you decide and you stop performing compulsions, gradually it feels so easy to stay normal in those situations. Now, the next struggle is mental rituals nobody sees. So sometimes you don't perform physical compulsions, you just perform mental rituals, like you replace the image, you replace the thought, or you recall the whole event, you zoom it out and you noticing each and every detail, and you're simply reassuring yourself about the details. And once you feel confused about the memory, again and again recalling that. And mentally, sometimes it feels like that I'm just overthinking. You're not just overthinking, you are mentally fully engaged, you are performing some rituals. And some people don't go and touch something or clean something, like they don't perform these kind of physical compulsions, but the mental rituals. For example, before opening the door, someone is 3 times saying, like Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, or some God's rituals mentally, and then they're doing something. And once they are doing something, they are doing it in one go. Nobody knows that, okay, this is also OCD pattern. You did your compulsion mentally. You are following some mental rituals. So this way also you struggle. It doesn't matter that other persons are noticing or not, but actually the truth is you are suffering. Now the next struggle is you are seeking constant reassurance, but again doubt appears. So my dear, you need to understand, likewise compulsions keeps going the OCD cycle, reassurance also keeps going the cycle. So you need to understand, you need to stop having reassurance from others, because the more reassurance you seek, your confidence lowers. You need to trust yourself. Stop seeking reassurance. If you want to ask something to somebody, just have this mindset that I'm asking something to get information. So there is a very difference between information seeking and reassurance seeking. Information seeker asks one question at once, but reassurance seeker asks the same question repetitively. Information seeker asks the questions which are answerable, but OCD sufferer generally asks the questions which are unanswerable. An information seeker accepts the answer provided if it is relatable and able to form the conclusion. But OCD sufferer wants the desired or absolute answer, which is actually not possible. So, information seeker ask the question just to be informed, and reassurance seeker ask the question to feel less anxious. So you need to differentiate yourself that you are a reassurance seeker, you're not seeking information. So change your zone and prepare yourself to ask the question just to get the information, and based upon that information form a conclusion so that you stop seeking reassurance again and again. Now, let's talk about the next struggle. You know that fear is irrational, but even then, you feel trapped. It feels like that, okay, I know this fear is baseless, fake, irrational. My mind is trying to just confuse me. It, yeah, it did not happen, or it's not going to happen, because OCD talks you in the vague language, and it generally, like talks you for the past reference or just for the future, because in the present moment you have evidence. So OCD doesn't confuse you for the present moment. So OCD always says, might be it has happened and you did not notice it. Just go and check again. Or OCD may say like this, oh, it is going to happen. You may do it. So that's how OCD confuses you. So you need to understand, once you catch that fear is irrational, it's totally baseless, you need to choose to face the fear, because there is only one way to finish the fear, is to face the fear. Unless you choose to face your fear, you won't be able to get out from this zone. So choose to face your fear, because fear is not your enemy. Fear is your friend, and it will act like your friend once you choose to face it, because it will unleash your hidden potential, and you will feel more strength inside your body and mind once you face some challenging situations. And those evidence, those experience which will come when you face the situation will help you to be more powerful, and you will reclaim your self-control, and OCD will die. Now, the next struggle is battling uncertainty every day. See, life is uncertain. Life itself cannot guarantee certainty. So, we all live with the uncertainty, and it, like gives us thrill, and that's the beauty of the life. But currently, your mind is looking for the 100% certainty, and that's practically impossible. That's why this loop keep going on. You need to train yourself to bear the anxiety when the situation is uncertain. You need to train your brain to be okay with the uncertainty. So you can use this phrase that maybe yes, maybe no. I don't know. But whatever will come my way, I will look for it then only. I will face it. I'm ready. I have power, I have skills, I have support system. I am ready to face if this is going to happen. If this will be the reality, I'll be okay. This way, you communicate with your brain and just give this clue to your brain. And also, on the daily basis, do some tasks like that. Just pick different route to reach to your destination, so that your mind becomes flexible. Or order something which you don't know how it will taste or how it will suit you. Just go to watch a movie without looking at the reviews. So the small task will help you to bear the uncertainty. So you need to train your brain to bear the uncertainty, because I am repeating that life itself never guarantees to be certain. So if you keep chasing the impossible goal, so you will end up exhausted more. But you won't be able to achieve that goal to be 100% certain. So you need to go with the possibility, not with the 100% certainty. So my dear ones, in this video, I talked about 10 silent struggles of the OCD sufferers. So I hope this information will really help you. Now I want you to share this video with the other OCD sufferers, share this video in the other OCD groups to help people to understand their OCD even more. And also it will help other persons to understand what OCD is all about so that other persons can support the OCD sufferers. What happens, who is suffering, they know their pain, but other persons, they minimize the pain of the OCD sufferers and they remain unsupportive. So if you share this video with those people, so they will be aware about the OCD deeply and they will help the OCD sufferers to end their suffering. And thank you for watching it. And if you have any suggestion for me or any new topics to suggest me to make the videos, please let me know in the comment section. And if you haven't subscribed my channel yet, please do so. It means a lot to me. I will see you in the next video. Till then, take care, my dear ones.